Dear reviewers and lovers of research, welcome. My name is Livia PV and I am here to discuss with you ethics in peer review. A peer reviewer plays a very central, important role in the process as well as the potential publication of an article or manuscript. Thus, this role demands very responsible and ethical behavior. How to lead this behavior, we need special instructions because sometimes reviewers may not be from that particular role, so they may not know what are the professional ethics to be followed. So these guidelines are very famously given by Committee on Publication Ethics, COPE, United Kingdom. So based on this, we'll be going ahead with this presentation. If you see ethics in the process of review starts from receiving a manuscript, and the editor or co-editors will initially decide whether to go ahead with it. If it's a yes from them, then it comes to the reviewer. So in each step, there are certain ethics to be noted, how it should be done, what are the positive things to support it. So at first itself, when you receive a review, make sure that you have the expertise in the field. You have much knowledge, needed knowledge to do a review. And the deadline will be given by the editor and journal. So if you can meet the deadline, you go ahead with it. And policies, if you can abide by it, then well and good. So at each step of this, you have to make a decision. You are a decision maker. You can go ahead with the review or you can decline it. If you cannot meet the deadline, you cannot do it in the time, no worries, you can decline it, but you can also recommend another peer reviewer who is an expert in the field who can do it on time. So these things before the review. While doing the review, you have to be objective, unbiased by all means, personal or professional. The critique you are making, the comments, the suggestions, the evaluation, it should be that the one which promotes further development of the author or his writing. And after the review also, your ethical responsibility doesn't stop there. You should not misuse the work or any other information that comes in the review to your own use, your own personal gain or professional gain. And you should be safeguarding the work, the review, the article under all circumstances. So these are the ethics which is related to the process of review. Let's see one by one so that you'll get a more clarification on that. The competence. What is competence? You know that as a reviewer, you have to do an authoritative evaluation of the topic, the article under your review. So you should have ample knowledge in the field. What is this knowledge? What is this competence? The competence covers all these things, your knowledge, your skill, attitude. So if you have sufficient amount of this competence, then you do the review. Otherwise, you are always welcome to communicate it with the editor, decline the invitation or recommend a fellow reviewer. Another important thing, this is review as well as other things also, the punctuality. You have to plan the prompt work in effective time framework without any intentional or unreasonable delay. Because if you are aware of the time period allotted by the editor, you will be doing it on time. So you can avoid the delay, thus producing a very timely report before the deadline. Then you have to be objective at all stages. Integrity is very important. Your unbiased perspective viewpoint is much important for a successful review. The evaluation you make should not be based on merit, should be based on merit, novelty and originality and not on any kind of personal or professional qualities. And the evaluation, you have to remember you are making it of a work, not the author as a person. So no personal bias should be there. Positive as well as negative, we'll be seeing that in the next slide. And your comments, the suggestions you're making should be transparent, on to the point and empirical based, evidence based. So as I was talking about the bias, negative bias, you should not have any kind of prejudices against a particular nationality, language, topic of research, you like it or not like it, or the gender of the writer, many things like that. So you should not be prejudiced. You should have a very open thinking regarding the work under your review. And positive bias also can happen. Sometimes the prominence, the importance, the fame of the author may affect you. So for this reason, it's better to remain concealed, the name of the author. If it's double blinded, obviously it will be concealed. Single blinded also, you can request the editor not to reveal the name of the author. Even if you just sense about the author's personality from the review also, you can tell it to the editor. Constructive critique is the next ethical responsibility you have, that any kind of unfair criticism should be avoided. Your writing style, your suggestion giving style should have a respectful tone. On mutual respect, you will be doing this. And you have to be specific about the improvements needed. When I say improvements here, there shall be some negative points or some criticism, negative criticism, but that also you should be specific about it, what kind of change you have to make. Negative points too should be presented in a very constructive and supportive tone. Next important ethical regulation is confidentiality. As a reviewer, you have to protect the confidentiality of the author and his or her work under all circumstances. Do not use ideas or text from the review, from the article, not review, from the article or manuscript under your review for your personal or professional gain at any time. And do not use confidential information in your research for your research gain or anything like that. And conflict of interest, sometimes there can be some kind of an interest that destroys the objectivity, the point of objectivity. That is, it may be the same research topic as you are doing, or you may have a close personal or professional relation with the author, or you may have written another article as a co-author very recently. So all these things may create kind of an subjectivity or bias towards the author and the work. So if you suspect any kind of conflict of interest like this, you should right away decline or disclose the conflict and get yourself excluded from the review by recommending another peer reviewer. So going through all these points, you will come down to a few questions which you can ask yourself before, during and after doing this review, so that it will be a very successful review. Do I have expertise in the field of review? Competence, we have talked about it. Will I be able to finish the review on time, the punctuality point? Can I do it objectively with integrity? Can I use a supportive, positive tone? Constructive critique comes here throughout the evaluation. Do I have any conflict of interest with topic, author or policies? Can I protect the confidentiality of the author and manuscript? So ask these questions. If you get a no as an answer and it's a negative answer, you can always go for the decline. And if you are okay with it, it's a yes, it's a positive answer, then you should go ahead with the review. Only then you can produce a very fit review to an article or manuscript. So all these points will be given as brief notes to you in this course, but still you can use the reference links which I have used in this presentation, which is given in the following page. You can gather some more information for this. These are the references. This is Publication Ethics, is the COP United Kingdom's page. You can get much information from that. Thank you. Happy learning. I hope you have understood.